Here's my training for the day. Disregard any humming sound that you hear. It's the fans. I don't really feel like turning them off, but I'll come up closer here, kind of explain what all this is. My training is structured by John Meadows, and the training sessions during the week are typically the easier sessions with the harder sessions during the weekend. I just came off a day off yesterday, and then there's going to be a day off tomorrow. So today it was just light chest and shoulders. I started around 6 p.m., just finished at 7:20. This is a late training time for me. Typically I train around 1:30 or 2. Work got in the way of training, so it had to be pushed back a little bit. My training drink is pretty much what's in there. You know, some Mag 10, Anaconda, and other stuff. That's pretty good for me to get that much of it down in an hour and 20 minutes. John wants me to get it all down, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. It's really hard to happen on a day like this because it's not really that hard. Training with the chest started with just basic machine presses where we ramp up to a heavy set of 10. The check marks are the warm-up sets and the work sets. The last 3 sets are really work sets, so there were a total of 8 or 9 sets, with the last 3 being hard. The last set of 10 was, I believe it was with the stack, and I ended up doing 20 reps. After that, I went on to a hex press. I only needed 1 warm-up set there, and I didn't check that down because it was just 20 pounds. I stayed with 40 pounds because it's the heaviest hex dumbbell I have. The hex press, you're using hex dumbbells, and you squeeze the dumbbells really tight together to be able to contract the pecs harder, and then you keep squeezing the entire rep and only go to about a 3/4 lockout. After that, I went on to pec minor dips, which is just basically a contraction of the low pecs that was supersetted with stretching. There were 4 sets done there. Usually that would be the end of the chest work, but I felt like I didn't feel like I did enough. I don't know if it's because I had more meals in my system today compared to when I usually train. So I did 3 sets of 15 of the pec deck, so nothing really strenuous, just enough to get a little bit more blood in the muscle. Then I went on to machine rear delts, 3 sets of 30. I only needed 1 warm-up set there, and that was only to kind of gauge what weight I was going to be able to use for the 3 work sets. After that was spider poles, which is using a micro band, walking your hands on a wall. It's for the rear delts, side delts. 3 sets there to failure. Couldn't even give you an idea on reps because it's multi-directional. You're not paying attention. You just go until it burns. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until you can't do anymore. After that, I went on to 6 ways. Can't explain that. John's got a video on his YouTube page to kind of show that. They suck. You can't use much weight. I hate doing them. 3 sets of 10 with that. And then I went on to ab work. Currently, I'm not really doing what John has prescribed for abs because this training cycle, I want to try to build my abs up as strong as they were when I was powerlifting. So I have to go through a little bit of a phase now where most of my ab work currently is going to be learning how to absorb shock and planks. So I'm doing a lot of med ball catches and throws, you know, twisting, wall touches, as well as plank type work to be able to contract without shaking because of the disc injuries I have in my back. If I flex too hard in my abs, typically my spine's going to end up shaking. The only way I can get that to go away is to be able to teach my abdominal wall and my core to be able to absorb shock a little bit better. That's done with the med ball, and after the med balls, I'll graduate into doing more plyometric type ab work, where there'll be more of a drop rebound type sit-up. And then from there, I'll be able to get into the things that I want to get into to build the abdominal wall thick like I was when I was powerlifting, which would be things like the heavy hanging leg raises, weighted ab pulls, weighted sit-ups, heavy side bends, suitcase deadlifts, and things like that. But currently, I'm not in any condition whatsoever to be able to do that. I can do the general ab work that's listed, which is just leg raises, crunches and shit like that, but that's not what I'm going to look for this time around with this cycle, so I had to alter that a little bit. The BS work, just bullshit work. I have a little bit of a hip flexor issue. It's starting to get a little bit better now, but it's been 6 weeks. So I'm going to do some stretching for it, some stim, and some ultrasound. So I'll start with just some really, really light stretching for it, just to get a little bit of blood in it. Then I'll use the stim machine I have down there, and I'll hit that for 15 minutes, maybe 12 minutes. And then I'll go on to the ultrasound, hit that for another 10, 15 minutes, and then be done for the day. So total training time, if it's 7:20 now, I should be out of here in another 25, 30 minutes. So that would be a typical light chest shoulder day.